Hi, I'm Indigon. Welcome to my Easy with Thorns Inferno edition. I am super excited to bring you the biggest challenge in the game in the Easy with Thorns series I'm doing. This is going to go over how you, if you are bad at the game like me, can easily get the Inferno Cape if you're running the one-tick powered staff Thorns build. The build has a link in the description if you're interested in the whole build and the details and why I've chosen the different pacts, etc. for the build. If you want to support me, the easiest way you can do it is to just give my channel a subscription. It is completely free to do. There will be a subscribe button down all the way over there. By just pressing it, you have helped me out so much on my goal to YouTube partnership program, which it requires 500 subs. Also, you can like the video, which will share it to more people. And just being here watching helps me out so much. I am super grateful for all of the views. The video will also be segmented into 3 major chapters for the fight. One is the waves, one will be the triple jads and the single jad, and then one will be the stock fight. So if you do not want to watch the whole video, you can just press straight to the chapter you're interested in watching in the video, but also there might be some tips and tricks for the build you can pick up along the way. For example, how I do the waves. So it might be beneficial to watch the whole video, but it's completely up to you. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into the Easy with Thorns Inferno Cape video. Here we are with the Inferno run. So as you can see, my inventory is full of just combo eats in case we get hit hard at suck. And then we also do have the Vengeance, as that is a good spell to have, but it's not necessary. You don't need it. And in addition to that, you can see that I am wearing the maximum tank gear. You just want to be as tanky as possible. And I have my trident off the swamp. So for the armor, it is just bring the tankies you can. That means if you have Mauritania, it is Barrows or Justiciar. Justiciar is the best. If you don't have it, then you can wear Dragon Armor, however that is quite weak. If you have Asgarnia, you can wear Torva, which is slightly worse than Barrows as far as I'm aware. And if you have Zaya, you can wear Oathplate. But whatever is the tankiest armor you can get. And then for the cape, I have my Infernal cape here. You just want to bring the tankiest cape you can. It might just be, your magic cape. If you don't have Infernal yet, and I assume you do not since you are watching this video to get the Infernal cape. For the shield, the Elysian Spirit Shield, if you have Wilderness, is the best in slot. If you don't have Wilderness, like me, then Dragonfire Shield is the second best. If you don't have DFS, then Crystal Shield is a good third option here if you have Tyranwin unlocked. Other than that, for the boots, you want to wear Echo Boots. I highly suggest to do Colosseum if you don't have Echo Boots because they are really, really good for this build. The build I am playing, you can find in the description down below. I will be linking it. And I also have a video on how you can do Colosseum if you need to get these boots and you don't have them already. For the gloves, if you want Confliction Gauntlets, they are really good. If you don't have them, then a Regen Bracelet is the next best option and is also pretty good, but Confliction Gauntlets will make suck go a lot faster, therefore less chances that you make mistakes. Also in the ring slot, you really want Suffering if you have Kandarin. If you do not have Kandarin, then any defense ring is okay. It won't matter much. The main reason why Suffering is so good is that it does have defensive stats, but it also has the recoil effect, which synergizes perfectly with our Thorns setup. For the neck slot, you actually want the Blood Fury, which is the best in slot amulet for this build because the Thorns damage you deal counts as melee damage, which means the Blood Fury healing effect that procs from melee hits actually works with the Thorn effect. If you do not have Blood Fury, then you could go Occult or just a normal Fury. And for the ammunition slot, Echo Blessing is amazing if you have it. If you do not have it, then anything will do. It doesn't really matter. For the weapon, the Sang Staff from TOB is the best powered staff you can have. So if you have that, use it. If you do not, then the Toxic Trident will be your second best. If you don't have Kandarin, then you could go with Eye of Ayak from Doom. However, it is slightly weaker. The reason being is that they're all one tick, so all that matters is their special effects and how hard they hit. And Sangstaff has a good healing effect and it hits harder than the other staffs. Eye of Ayak hits weaker than the Toxic Trident, which is why it is slightly worse. Let's get into how you deal with the waves. If you have a lot of prayer, you can just turn on your overhead prayer and then you can go AFK until you get to Jad. The whole point of this build, which is so incredible, is that if you have Mage Prayer on and you have Auto Retaliate on, you do not need to play the waves. They will automatically die to your Auto Retaliate and Thorns, and you will most likely never die. I've done 5 runs so far, none of them have been close to dying. If you do not have a lot of prayer, then you actually have to wait with putting on your prayer until these pillars die from the nibblers, and then you turn on your prayer. The whole point is so that you don't run out the prayer and your overhead goes off. Because if you don't have Mage Prayer, you will struggle. You need to have the Mage Prayer on for the auto retaliate. So as I said, once you're ready to go with this, you can actually just go AFK. Let me just jump through the VOD here, and then you will be able to see that the waves just die. They will all just die by me being completely AFK. My health will go down a little bit and then heal up the whole time. You do not have to play, which is why the Thorns Inferno runs are so nice, because the waves that take like 30 minutes, you don't have to be here for. You just have to make sure you're back when you get to Jad. So if you end up dying during the run to any time if you end up dying, it's not a big deal because you just AFK your way up there again. It's truly incredible and I absolutely love it. So now that we have seen, or I've shown you that the waves just die and you can just trust me that if you have this set up, they will automatically die to your Thorns. And a lot of the time you'll also be overhealed. Now there is a chance that you will die here for sure. If they all max hit you off prey, you will probably die, but it's quite unlikely that it will happen. And if it does, just start again. But so, like I said, in all my runs, it has never happened, and I think the odds are really low because of how tanky you are with this build. For me, it is 25 minutes, and you get to wave 67. You actually have to play the game again because that is when Jad spawns. Now you can probably AFK a Jad, however, just come back and play it. Now, if you have the Lithic Scepter from the Echo Grotesque Guardians, that could be a good item as well, just to tag all the healers, but you don't need it. It's fine to do without. So when you get to the single Jad, I'm not going to explain how you do a single Jad. You already got your Fire Cape, so you know. But it is important, or it's really good to tag all the healers. And as you can see, I'm overhealed to 188, so if I make a mistake here, it's completely fine. He cannot kill me, and then he will just die. The reason why tagging all the healers is really good is that when you get hit 0, you heal and you get prayer, so all the healers hitting into your defense the whole time will always heal you up a lot. When you get to Triple Jads, you have 2 options. You can either camp Mage Prayer the whole time and hope that RNG saves you, and it will work some amount of the time. Or if you want to try and play it well, then you can try and flick their prayers. It is the exact same as single Jad, just 3 Jads instead. And once the healers spawn, it is really good to tag them. If you ever start panicking here, camp Mage Prayer. Always default to Mage Prayer, as you have way lower mage defense than you have ranged and melee defense. So as you tag all the healers, you just keep going. They will be dying to, all of the Jads will die to your reflects and to your thorns as well. So you don't have to really kill them yourself, you just have to survive. This, if you're new to Triple Jads, might take you a little bit of practice, but it's not very hard with this build. I'm sure you will get through it quite easily, probably honestly on the first try, because of how tanky you are with this build. And if they ever hit you off prey, you can always just combo eat to heal up again. So that is how you do the Triple Jads. And then we get to the Zuck boss. Now, when you get to Zuck, you have a few options, and you can do this at the start of the Inferno run. If you download the plugin called Tile Packs, let me just double check that. If you download the Tile Packs plugin, you can search up Inferno, and then you will automatically get these tiles marked. The green tiles and the star tiles doesn't matter. The way I do it, the only tiles that matter are the red ones and the yellow ones. Well, the only that really matter are the yellow ones because that is where you want to stand when you're attacking Zuck. So it's really good to have those tiles marked. If you don't want to, then just YOLO it, that's up to you. But tile packs and then marking them and then selecting the Inferno pack within that plugin will give you the tiles that I have in this video. So then when Zuck spawns, you just walk straight up to his shield and then you start fighting. How Zuck works is that he shoots a massive attack that will hit you a lot if you get hit. But with this build, you are overhealing to 188, so it is okay. He will not one-shot you if you are overhealed. And if he does hit you, you have such a high range defense that there is a chance, or decent chance, that he will not hit you. And if he rolls that he will hit you, there's a decent chance of top of that, based on your defense, that you reflect the hit. So you can make a lot of mistakes here, and in this video you will actually see that I make a lot of mistakes, but it's okay because this build is that good at doing the Inferno. So you want to stand at the yellow tile. So this is my understanding of the Zuck fight, but I've only done it 4 times in the league or something. So I might be wrong on some of the things I say, but this is how I did it and it worked. Whenever he attacks, I move to the next yellow tile. And then I stand there and shoot until he attacks again, and then I move to the next yellow tile. I should probably move a little bit faster than I'm doing here. So as he shoots, you want to go to the next yellow tile. As he shoots, you go to the next yellow tile. How much you want to hit him here and versus the monsters that spawn will completely depend on your DPS. But the way I found the easiest was that I tag this ranger and major, and then I let them die to my thorns. And then later on there will be a Jad spawning, which I actually kill. I tried not killing the Jad, but it got really messy for me having to prayer flick the Jad while focusing on the healers that Zuck will spawn later on. So I actually ended up just killing the Jad like you will see in this video, and it was completely fine, it went pretty easy. So now it's just following the shield and hitting him as much as you can, but there's no real time limit. He will spawn more monsters if you take a long time. I never had more than 1 Jad spawn, so you should be fine. And now, like I said, it's just keep shooting him the whole time. And this is where Confliction Godless will make a huge difference based on giving you whatever DPS you need. Without them, you will just be splashing a lot more. So while there's no monsters up, there's literally nothing else than follow him or follow the shield and hit him. But you always want to be in front of the shield, while you always want to be on the yellow tiles. And also the red tiles, never attack on those because you will be dragged away from the shield and likely take a hit from Zuck. Once he hits 480 health, which is right now, the Jad will spawn. Like I said, I ended up killing this Jad. You can skip it if you're good at switching prayers. It will only be hitting into your thorns. It will maybe even die from your thorns eventually. So if you want to be good at the game, ignoring the Jad is probably the best. Just tagging him and ignore him. But if you're bad like me, just kill it. And even if he hits you off prey like he did there with me, I'm pretty sure he did. It's okay, we have so much defense. Be careful not to get dragged out though like I did. I did get hit by Zuck once there, but it's okay. We can survive and heal up again. After Jad is dead, which happens right now, we go back to hitting Zuck. Once Zuck hits 240 health, he will be spawning the hardest mechanic of the fight, which is the healers. My plan was just to tag the healers and then they will die to thorns and life will be easy. I tried that the first attempt I did. They don't take damage from thorns, unfortunately. If they did, Inferno Cape will be so free, but they do not. So I actually end up killing them manually here. So now you'll see that I start tagging them. You want to tag every healer once. I should have tagged them on the left side before I ran past, just to save some time to give him less healing. So here you just want to kill all the healers one by one. Just keep killing them until you've killed all of the healers. And once you've killed all of the healers, you're back to normal again, which is just you and Zuck until Zuck dies. If you have less DPS than I have, even though my DPS is pretty low, here I get hit by Zuck again. That might have been a chance. I didn't look at my health actually. I'm not sure. If, like I said, if you die, just AFK the waves again, or just be better than me. The point of this, I was thinking I could retake this whole video since I made so many mistakes, but I felt like it was just better to show how many mistakes you can make with this build, and you're okay, unless you get unlucky, or maybe I just got very lucky. But worst case, you just do it once more. It's all about just practicing the Zuck movement. And this is, or this isn't, but this is the first time I did Inferno ever was in this league with this build. This is attempt number 4, I think, at Zuck ever. So I'm really, really bad at this. Now it's just hitting Zuck until he dies. And at the end, I have so much health. Since my plugin tells me, the max hit plugin tells me that he has a 148 hit, I want to just tank one at the end to see if my reflect will kill him, to speed it up a little bit. So you can actually see that here I moved too fast on purpose. Actually, the only time I got hit off prey, or got hit away from the shield on purpose. So that is how I did Inferno. I really hope this video will help you get your first cape as well. I wish you the best of luck, and I would love to hear in the comment section if this helped you out getting the kill, and if there's anything else you would like me to cover in the, about this league and the different bosses or different items or mechanics of the league. Thank you so much for watching, and then we obviously do the mandatory cape gamble to see if we get the pet, and we do not get the pet, unfortunately. But that is how the Inferno goes. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck.